So, I think this might have been one of the coolest and most humanizing intros to a Superman we've ever had.
Yeah.
I love the fact that we start with Superman losing. Really cool. And, like, the fact that James Gunn could carry that as an overall theme for the whole movie was actually fucking brilliant.
Yeah, and it's not like he loses that fight at the start. He's potentially losing his girlfriend.
Yep.
He's fucking up, like, with those interviews with himself. Because he's potentially going to lose his job, lose his identity, and loses, like, how people see him, his perception with the people. And it's like Superman had a really fucked up day.
Yeah. Recapping, it was good to have Superman humanized. And it felt a lot more genuine. Like, it's really hard to say that without sounding like I'm shitting on the other movies. But what I mean is that, yes, Superman looks like us, but Superman has never, ever, like, mentioned bands that he listens to. Or, like, you know, like Ed mentioned, he fucks up. He's actually a lot more human than we think in a lot of ways.
Yeah. It's almost like not that he did away with the stoicism, but he minimized, like, how right Superman has to be all the time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Superman always has the right line to say at the right time.
Yeah. And I think James Gunn's done, like, the opposite with the treatment for Superman, where we always focused on him being an alien, but we never focused on him being a human for 30 years of his life.
Yeah. Yeah. I think there's such a... You do get that in this movie where it feels like there's a longing for his Kryptonic parents. I don't think they land that quite solidly, though. Like, because the parents don't even really get that much screen time. They get a little bit. A little bit to know that they're there. But there's not enough, I don't think, to make the emotional reel at the end of his childhood memories a thing.
Yeah.
But I think, like, because they've got to be his anchor. And he's got to be a child of two worlds. And both of those messages have to sort of play out.
Yeah.
And I don't think that sort of happened in this.
I definitely enjoyed the idea that his parents weren't almost aligned in, like, what their beliefs were. So it was cool to see, like, how obviously his biological parents were, like, vowing for him to be a god. But then, like, his Earth parents were like, hey, we just want you to be you, and we think you can, like, give a lot of love and hope to this world.
Yeah. And
with the translation of that message.
Yeah, I agree with that. And that's where Snyder's version plays a little bit better. He makes the parental sort of figures very, very strong in the movie. So that it's a through line through the movie. But for Superman, in this movie, I find his humanity is tested.
Yeah.
And that's the only way that you really you counter Superman is by taking away everything. Sounds like Iron Man. But you take away everything and you allow him to be tested not by his strength or his speed, his agility, or any, like, you know, how fucking strong he is, how strong his skin is or whatever. But what his humanity level is. And if it's strong, like, if his humanity level is higher than Lex Luthor, he wins the day.
Yep.
And in this, that's what comes through. I think that's the thing that Gunn got 100% right. Is that at the end of the day, Superman represents us. And not in Tarantino's way of Superman represents us as weak. Superman represents us as, from his perspective, of love. And like that, it really came through in this movie how much of a square he is, because everyone else around him, including Lois Lane, is so focused on just getting by. A human life is not worth that much by their standards. Like, war is okay to go forward. You can kill people. It's all right.
Yeah.
But in Superman's eyes, absolutely not. I won't let it... Like, I don't want a single person to die. Not even a single fucking squirrel. And it's refreshing to kind of... to see something that wholesome on screen. Like, Gunn's not afraid to show it.
Yeah.
And I don't think that should be a point that people shit on the film for.
Yeah.
Because it's so, like... At the end of the day, all heroes should kind of be like that.
Yeah. They should strive to be the best version of the people that they're trying to save.
And that's Superman.
Yeah.
He's a fucking moral compass. If Batman is the grey, Superman should be the light.
100%. And I love that even in political conversations, he still picks a side of non-violence.
Yeah.
And he chooses what he believes in, and that's no one deserves to go to war. No one deserves to die or get hurt.
Yeah.
And it's actually really cool to see Superman for once get challenged on those beliefs as well in that interview.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I really liked how he didn't have all the answers. He wasn't cool, calm, and collected. Fucking, like, he loses his temper.
Yeah.
In this interview with Lois Lane. And it really shows how unprepared he is for what comes out of him stopping these conflicts. Why does he stop, like, you know, wars and natural disasters and stuff and get involved when he's got no, like, jurisdiction?
Yeah, 100%.
He's able to do things that the government isn't because it's the right thing. And he knows it's the right thing because morally it's right. And I think that those morals, if they wanted that parent angle to sort of hit harder, they should have fed that through, like, you know, I don't know. Snyder already did it with flashbacks, so you can't use flashbacks. Maybe you could. But I don't know. Like, that little interaction with Pa Kent, like, you sort of get a little bit of that comes through. That he's allowed to fuck up. He's allowed to make these mistakes because that's allowing him to be human.
Yeah. Yeah. And I love that that Jonathan Kent loved his son. Like, and he wasn't afraid to show that emotion as well. Like, he wasn't the Kevin Costner where he was like this, like, this symbol of strength for Clark. Like, he was a symbol of good for Clark because he helped to build that, you know, in obviously this is Zack Snyder's Man of Steel, of, like, I guess learning when to pick your battles, but also sometimes saving someone isn't the right thing to do.
Yeah.
And some things need to take due course. But what I liked with this Jonathan Kent was that his emotions didn't rule him, but he wasn't afraid to cry in front of his son and tell his son that he loves him.
Yeah.
And even behind closed doors, when his son isn't conscious for that kind of, like, love and affection, he was still, like, fawning over his son. He was the protective father at all times.
Yeah. Yeah, true. I know I'm going to cry in the cinema at IMAX.
100%.
Now thinking about it, I'm like, yeah, those scenes are going to hit different.
In 16K.
The Justice Gang, Nathan Fillion, Green Lantern, Hawkgirl, Mr. Terrific is my favorite part of the movie.
Fucking earth.
He fucking killed it for me.
Yep.
that technological shit that he's doing, all like the way he shot his costume, everything looks fucking awesome. Mm-hmm. Loved it. Mm-hmm. Like, I loved seeing like his attitude on screen. He wasn't like, let's go get him. So like he was like, fuck this shit. Like you people are like creating shit that you shouldn't. You're dumb.
Yeah. When I was watching him, he reminded me of someone, and I was like, this is fucking perfect. He low-key reminds me of Perry in Scrubs, but like a lot more serious.
Yeah. Yeah,
like
man.
he's like, I'm the expert here, but I'm gonna tell you that you're a fucking idiot.
Yeah. Like Eddie Gathegi in here fucking kills it.
He is perfect. Man, he is perfect. It's so nice to see him move into a superhero role where he doesn't get killed. Because he has acting chops, man, and he deserves more.
His charisma. He brings the most charisma to the movie. Mm-hmm. I love the fucking leather jacket. I wish I could get a leather jacket like that.
And I want terrific on the back as well.
It just, yeah, it worked.
Oh, man.
Guy Gardner is like so perfectly prickish. Oh man, he's got his head up his ass, something fierce. So maybe that's the explanation behind that head. Isabella Mercer, like, she was alright.
Yeah.
Like, it's not different from anything else that we've sort of seen her in.
If I'm being honest, I don't think we got to see enough of her to... and I did want to see more.
Yeah, no, you're right.
But I think it's a better version of, Hawkgirl compared to Hawkman in Black Adam. Which throws me off because, what's his name?
Aldous Hodge?
Yeah, like he's good, but I just hated him as Hawkman.
I don't think there was anything in Black Adam that sort of made him so unique. You know what I mean? Like, it was just Aldous Hodge in the movie. Mm-hmm.
Doing his best Black Panther impression.
But yeah, here, yeah, you don't get to see that much of her. To really sort of make a call on it, she's probably the weakest part of the movie. There is some cameos in here, and all of it is done for fun, except for, of course, Bradley Cooper and chick from Westworld, who is like an amazing actor.
Yeah.
And then the end.
Very true. Who was it that played that Supergirl?
Millie Alcock from House of the Dragon. Old cock, no brains.
I loved the little piece of lore that you can't get drunk on a yellow sun as a Kryptonian, so you have to find a place with a red sun.
Yep. Yeah. And that really comes across like that she's young.
Yeah.
She's a much younger Kryptonian. Mm-hmm. So you get to sort of see her. Mid-credits is... like, it's alright. What was it again? Fuck.
The mid-credits?
Yeah, it's Crypto and...
Yeah, it's Crypto and him watching Earth from the moon.
Ah, yeah. Yeah. See, everyone's sort of seen the mid-credits already.
Yeah. It's nothing crazy.
But yeah.
Yeah. Overall, I think this was a lot better than I thought it was going to be. And I've been battling with the thoughts of if I think it's this good because I had low expectations walking in. But at the same time, I don't think I really care because this movie actually was. It was really good. Yeah. And in classic Gunn flair, he gives you emotion and makes you feel it.
Yeah.
In the right ways. And also, like, the way that this guy plays with colours, I always fucking love it.
Yeah. Like, he's not afraid of colour.
Yeah. And I love that. Sorry, I just love that Superman saw that fucking that thing fighting in the background with the guy and that, and he just knew he didn't need to worry about it.
Oh man, like it wasn't like a heavy thing where he's always on sort of patrol and whatnot. But yeah, you're right about Gunn and the emotion. I was thinking in the cinema, how does he do that? And it's like he peppers you with lightness, comedy, and like quirky sort of shit to get you into the zone, and then he hits you with like an emotional curveball.
Yeah,
and it's just
100%.
like you're ready for it, but you're also primed for it.
Yeah.
And yeah, because of that lightness, it hits.
Yeah.
And you kind of get quite a bit of that in the movie. Not so much that like it takes over
Yeah.
and it's not accessible. Because I think what Gunn's also looking for is, hey, like, we got to get kids in here. They got to watch it.
100%.
Because the pacing was on point.
Yeah. Yeah. I thought we were in there for an hour, man.
Yeah, it was quick.
Uh,
I think it only ended up being like 2 hours, the movie.
yeah. Well,
Just over 2 hours.
Yeah.
The pacing is on point. John Murphy, the composer, does an amazing job as well.
Yeah.
So using like known John Williams themes and whatnot, and then expanding and adding different riffs and whatnot,
Yeah.
really works well.
100%.
And there's some themes in there that I really want to sort of I want to check out again because they hit. The soundtrack was fucking great.
Yeah.
The actual sound design in the movie,
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Lots of zipping and bass hits and like everything. James Gunn does a lot of needle drops in here as well.
Yeah.
Not as much as Guardians of the Galaxy,
Yeah.
but they provide that same sort of tonal shift in the movie that Guardians of the Galaxy also does.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I can't fault the movie too heavily.
Yeah.
Like, it's
actually.
really accessible. It's light. It's not bubblegum light,
Yeah.
but it's light enough to sort of go, like, I'm having a good time.
Yeah.
And I think people need to go in, have a good time, see it for yourself. Don't buy into the rhetoric and hate that, like, you know, you've sort of seen online. This isn't even a battle between James Gunn and Zack Snyder.
100%.
It's James Gunn's vision wholly. I don't think he even retreads a lot of what Snyder did. So if you're looking, like, you know, from that aspect, like, there's things that Gunn does really, really well. The action is very Gunn-like, very dynamic camera movements and everything, and it serves the characters so well. But then there's things that Snyder does really, really well. Like, sometimes creating emotional through lines through the movie, and having his characters experience that pathos that he sort of like humanizes them through.
Yeah.
Whereas Gunn is like, you know, I want to get you in, I want to get you fucking excited, I want to get you to a level of like sort of enjoyment and excitement, and then I'm going to end the movie.
100%.
And, you know, mission accomplished for both those filmmakers.
Yeah.
It's absolutely one of the movies that we needed this summer, which has been a fucking pretty great summer so far.
Yeah.
Like, this has been a solid summer.
It's been fucking bumping.
But yeah, that's
Yeah.
my 2 cents.
Yeah, 100%. I think I get what James Gunn was saying in that interview now as well. Because a lot of people are like putting some crazy shit out on the internet saying like, this movie has to meet 700 million, otherwise it's a failure. Yeah, shit like that. When, like, it's no slouch, they did use $200 million to make this movie.
Yeah.
And Warner Brothers is expecting at least 500 million. It's a lot of money, but still, I see why Gunn says that it's not as big a loss if it doesn't do well.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I think James Gunn came in here to have fun, and you can really see it on the screen too.
Fucking oath. Yeah.
Like, it's not as, like, dreary as previous, like, iterations of Superman, where it's so grounded in its emotions that you choose to feel, like, a lot of remorse and a lot of sadness for Superman. Like, you feel a lot of elation for like, what Clark Kent and Superman does in this movie.
Yeah.
And you feel... I've never felt more connected to Superman than I have since this movie.
Wow.
Yeah. Like, we've always had, like, a very surface level understanding that Superman fights for good, and he does everything the all-American way.
Yeah.
But it's nice to see a Superman that feels lived in, that
Yeah.
has like personal ties to things that you could personally enjoy
Yep.
as yourself,
Yep.
and also having relationship troubles, and not seeing your parents enough.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
So it was cool to see something like that, and I literally lived in as a Superman, which was cool. David Corenswet did a lot better than I thought he would.
Fucking oath.
I haven't seen Twisters, but I kind of want to now after seeing his performance in here.
He's not really that much in Twisters. He's in Pearl. Mm-hmm. He's in there, like, he's almost like, not a villain, but he's someone that takes advantage of her. So he sort of shows, like, a darker side. But he's a nice guy in there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I don't know if that's what sort of put him on the radar for this. But yeah, like, Corenswet is the star.
Mm-hmm.
And him and Eddie Gathegi, him and
Yeah.
Mr. Terrific,
Yep.
are right there. Like, they should have had, like, joint poster or something like that. Because they work so well together. For his,
Yeah.
like, overly sort of extra, sort of what's that word? Optimism.
Yeah.
And then he's like, sort of the complete opposite.
I know, just undercuts that with
It's
just...
like ebony and ivory.
Man, I low-key want one of those masks.
That was so fucking cool, man.
It was, man.
It really
bad.
was cool. Where does it sit for you in terms of Superman movies?
Oh, shit. See, I am a big fan of Man of Steel.
Same.
Like Christopher Reeve, Superman, so Dick Donner's Superman will always be number one for me.
Yep. Yeah, I'm
Because
with you.
I still think Reeve is the best iteration of both Clark as well as Superman.
Fuck yeah.
But this is like, if I'm being honest, I don't think I have a proper answer right now until I watch it again. But like in my head, I'm like, this might be second or third. Like Superman Returns is at the bottom.
It's definitely top 3,
Yeah.
not 3.
Wink at the camera.
For me, like,
Yeah.
it's definitely Superman the movie, and then bang, Superman.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I will confirm after the IMAX viewing, which was such a missed opportunity. But I'm just happy that I've seen it. It is
Yeah.
like, the bigger aspect ratio, but I can't wait to see the expanded scenes because there's a lot of shots in here that lend itself to it. Fuck.
Yeah.
Like, I can't wait for the IMAX shots.
100%. I think some of the action scenes are going to look really good because some of it felt a little like hard to follow.
Yep.
So hopefully on a bigger screen I can see more of that, but we'll see. That's
Yeah.
just me.
All right, another curveball. Superman actors. Where does Corenswet stack for you?
Oh shit.
Because the big one you're sort of fighting is Cavill and Corenswet.
100%. Yeah. I think like it's between 2 and 3. Like if it isn't Corenswet is 2, it's Cavill, which means Corenswet is 3.
So I actually think that Corenswet is 2.
Okay.
I think that Ralph is 3.
Okay.
And I think Cavill is 4.
Oh shit. Okay.
And only because you really got to sort of see the Clark Kent come out with Ralph,
Yep.
where you didn't as much with Clark Kent. Like, he was exactly the same as Clark Kent that he was as Superman.
Oh, Cavill.
Can you tell me why people, civil citizens, are like,
I know,
living
yeah.
in fear of the Batman? It's like, I don't think Clark Kent would sort of go around like that.
I know, you think your flannel shirts are saving you in this one?
Yeah.
Take those damn glasses off. I see you for who you are. You fucking monster.
I reckon.
Can you imagine just like Clark Kent is jacked as fuck?
Yeah.
Gotta be a Superman. Ayo.
But yeah.
Yeah. No, yeah, true. And you know what? Ralph kind of low-key had the Superman voice on him.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did.
When he saves that plane and he has that little fucking what was it, about safe flights or whatever after. I was like, that's very Superman.
Yeah, 100%. But, like, you know, again, he didn't get enough to sort of, to do.
Yeah, that's true.
Or, like, more movies or anything like that.
Yeah, that's true. And Bryan Singer did a really good job with IP, so...
Yes, Bryan Singer. We never talk about Singer anymore.
Nope. But yeah. Lex Luthor's.
Oh, shit. You know what? Like, I'm partial to fucking Hackman.
Yep.
Because Hackman had so much panache when he's doing that.
Yeah.
Role. It's so
Eccentric.
expressive.
That's the fucking
But
word.
then he can, like, you know, fucking, like he can sort of dial it in and get really sort of, like, villainous and mischievous and shit. But he's really funny as well. I really like Hackman. I also just watched Crimson Tide.
Oh, nice.
Fucking fire Hackman performance.
Yeah.
So Hackman's, like, my number one.
Mm-hmm.
And then it really comes down to Spacey, and then and what's his face? Spacey, Eisenberg, and Eisenberg is last.
Yeah.
Out of everyone. Michael
agree.
Rosenbaum did a fucking amazing job as Lex Luthor.
Yeah,
and I think it's Nicholas Hoult, and then it's Michael Rosenbaum, and then Kevin Spacey, and then it's Eisenberg.
Yeah, wow. I like it. I agree. I think, like, when I think about Spacey, I think he was just... I just wish there was more to his performance. Like, we don't see a lot out of him except for, like, maybe just a snobby businessman.
Yeah.
And it's only when he snaps, when he's like, wrong!
Yeah.
That we really see something out of him.
Yeah. But in this, Holt's performance is so... He's single-mindedly, like, this is my only objective in life.
Yeah.
Is I've got to destroy this motherfucker and, like, you know, kill him.
Yep.
Because I'm scared of him. Because of how it, like, sort of makes him feel as a human.
Yeah.
And, like, that drive, you can see it in his eyes.
Yeah.
And how he's just like, no bullshit. If you're not doing your job, get the fuck out of here, sort of thing.
100%.
Like, he wants to have it all figured out. And he's so fucking evil.
Yeah. 100%. I loved how, like, they give you the fact that he's been obsessed with Superman ever since Superman has been a thing. And it's only been 3 years.
Yeah.
And he's studied Superman to the point where he can read his every move.
Yeah. That's fucking wild.
Yeah. I love that. That's cool. I didn't expect Holt to be such a good Lex Luthor, if I'm being honest with you. I didn't expect anyone to be as good as they were in this movie.
I think so. I think the trailers really didn't do the finished film justice.
100%.
In the character dynamics and sort of what sort of makes them them. I guess it's just a trailer, you know what I mean? It's supposed to give you, like, the tone and a little, like, snippet of this is cool.
Yeah.
But, that's why you should book a ticket. See the movie.
100%. Yeah. Like, you might like it, you might not like it, but I think for everything that I've seen in this movie, like, for us personally, I loved it.
I think people should definitely, like, I want to hear people's negative opinions about this movie.
Yeah.
Like, is it, like, because, you know, like, toxic positivity, and people talk about that a lot.
Yeah.
I want to hear if that's a thing for people.
Yeah.
If people, like, hate the outwardly optimistic sort of person.
Mm-hmm.
If that's the, like, tonally, if it didn't work for you, like, I want to hear from you. I like those, like, sort of counter thoughts.
Yeah.
Because, you know, some people like more sort of, like, you know, character, like, dredging them through the fucking, like, you know, through the stones and shit like that.
Yeah. True.
Like, really killing their characters. But yeah, I'd love to hear what everyone else thinks when it opens.
Mm-hmm. And I think it's very normal to have a preference and not want to watch this movie as well. Because each their own, and I'm not going to tell you how to live your life or fly your flag. but
Yeah.
give it a chance, because I think, like, coming from the perspective of that Superman is not going anywhere, and I think this isn't the last iteration of Superman we'll ever see. I reckon we've still got a few more to go, but I think it's good to keep your mind open and actually check this out.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I agree. The last thing that's on my sort of mental list, and I'll probably remember like 5 more afterwards, is not enough Wendell Pierce.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, I don't know. I like Wendell Pierce.
Yeah.
And I just seen him in Thunderbolts. And he's got more screen time in Thunderbolts than he does in this.
Wait, Wendell Pierce?
Perry White, the editor-in-chief. And Wendell Pierce can do a lot.
Yeah.
Like, he can be funny, he can be thoughtful, he can be fucking, like, aggressive.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I think I would have liked to have seen more from his Perry White.
I agree.
I almost think there's another cut, like a longer cut.
If there was a... Hear me out. If there was another 30 minutes to this movie, do you reckon you would have liked it as much?
You know what, like, that's a good point. I don't think so. I think because it was so brief and it just flew by.
Yeah. Playing the recorder in the car.
It's just like, it made it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, there was no fluff, there was no bullshit. The movie gets straight into it, and then, like, it ends.
Yeah.
And it doesn't end abruptly. Mm-hmm. It takes its time, and it's sort of like, it does what it needs to do.
Yeah. True. I think...
In the ghetto.
I think I liked that it was brief, this movie. Like, 2 hours isn't brief, but like I mentioned at the start, I love that these characters are lived in enough that you don't need a reintroduction.
Yeah.
And so you almost walk into this movie as an adult instead of someone trying to guide you through it.
Yeah. There is a little bit of exposition in Lex Luthor's camp where he's sort of like, he's mapped out every move that he can possibly make. And I was like, we know, we get it. Just like, keep moving.
100%. Also, was that crawl at the start not aliens for you? When it was going through just the 3 and the 3 and shit like that?
What was the significance of the 3?
So, they've established that metahumans came 3 centuries ago, so Superman's not the first one.
But, like 3.
Oh.
Like, I'm thinking like Trinity.
Oh, yeah, true.
Like, I don't know, the triangle? Superman? I don't know.
Corenswet's upper body.
His chiseled physiques.
You know what? They had no shirtless Superman in this movie.
They didn't have shirtless Superman. Wow. And I was waiting for it too.
Yeah. Because I wanted to see if Corenswet had the balls.
The fucking empty fucking popcorn box and everything. Please.
I brought my Dune popcorn bucket with me.
But yeah, they did not do anything. I'm waiting for the men's health. I'm waiting for everything.
Yeah.
Nothing. They haven't been showing off his physique at all.
Yeah. All I've heard was that dude, like, went to the gym, lifted weights, and ate 4,500 calories a day. That's all I heard.
Fuck. It showed. Because there were some shots in there, and he was like, yeah.
He was massive.
Oh. Fuck. How to quit. Now that you've seen the movie, thoughts on the costume? Because at first, I was like, this motherfucker is wearing overalls. What is he, like, the Justice League janitor or some shit like that?
Oh, shit.
Like, because, it was that shot of him on the chair putting on his boot or something like that. And I was like, kind of not feeling it.
Yeah.
But watching it, I was like, I don't mind the costume.
Yeah.
Like, it seems, like, practical.
Yeah. I agree. It looked like something you could make at home. Or something that they make at the Fortress of Solitude.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? I was waiting to see that yellow belt the whole time, and I saw it once, and I didn't fucking mind it. When he's walking into that building after
Getting outed.
Yeah. And I saw it, and it didn't look out of place, and it didn't look dorky to me.
The trunks?
Yeah, because it had the yellow belt.
Ah.
Yeah.
I didn't even notice it.
Right?
You know, it's weird, but I noticed the absence of it with Cavill, because it's just like, it's almost like Dogma.
Yeah.
They got no genitals.
Yeah, right? It's just leotard dick.
Yeah. It just gets darker around that region. Like,
Did you
okay.
piss yourself?
Find a way to piss in that suit.
Speaking of, what do you call it? There's no zipper on that suit because they managed to efficiently get the costume on and off in 4.5 minutes.
That's wild.
Yeah.
4.5 minutes. Can you imagine if you're busting a piss?
Fuck. I'd tell them, you're going to need a new suit. But I like the cape. I thought, at first when I saw the costume, I was hesitant because I didn't like those fucking indents for the cape where it sits in there. But looking at it, it made a lot more sense and it was functional.
Yeah.
And I liked the collar and I liked the trunks. Like, I think this is the first suit where... Remember how there was a massive lead up to the suit for Returns as well as Man of Steel?
Yeah.
With this, I feel like it wasn't as significant.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe this is like the working man Superman.
maybe it's blue collar Superman. But I did like that it wasn't a glossy suit.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
Like I don't mind a glossy suit, but I like that it was almost like a furry, like almost moleskin type deal.
It was almost like Chris Evans' Cap 2 suit. Very
Yeah,
similar to that texture.
Yeah.
Maybe motherfucker had Kevlar.
Yeah.
Not that he needs it.
Like, I'm pretty sure it's not a material known to Earth.
Nah, because he was getting burnt up by that alien. And
No, I was going to say, the CG in some bits was a little bit...
yeah.
Like, it was a little bit shiny, unfinished, and it at some points didn't even look like Corenswet.
True.
But it kind of looked like the fucking CG from Superman Returns with Ralph.
Yeah, true.
Like, and you could see it's not Ralph.
Yeah,
Oh.
true. It was exactly like the photorealistic CG from Matrix Reloaded.
Yeah, fuck. It did sort of look like that.
Yeah, you just needed that bullshit where they swung the camera around to show you Keanu Reeves' face on purpose.
I know it's CG, cunt.
You know what I noticed with this movie? James Gunn has a fascination with panning a camera in a circle during exposition bits. Did you notice that?
Yeah.
Throws me off every time.
Yeah.
But,
Or like how he will focus on something different when the action's going on.
Yeah, true.
Like this, like there's a scene where Terrific is just like annihilating these fucking hoes, but they focus on Lois's reaction as she's watching it in her like force field bubble.
Yeah.
And it just, it really worked because he then uses that to sort of pivot and then show you what Terrific's doing.
Yeah.
And it just, amazing.
Yeah. It was really
That
cool.
sequence is probably one of my favorites in the movie.
Yeah, true. And I really liked the flying. So when that alien is trying to like flamethrower Superman, I liked how they used his movement in that scene as well.
Yeah.
Like he's going in and out of the fire.
Yeah.
But I just liked how it looked. I enjoyed that.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a fly that's trying to smack with a fly swatter.
Yeah. Fuck.
Or like a golden snitch.
This guy.
Shout out Warner Brothers.
I got you. Don't let it be the last invite. Please.
Give me Harry Potter 8, goddammit.
They just do a re-release screening and they're like, for you? Please.
But yeah, I think, that's everything that I have as a mental note.
Yeah.
If I have anything else, you'll eventually hear from me.
Maybe IMAX. We might come back for a little IMAX little screener there.
Yeah, true.
Um,
Can do another eaten great.
Yeah. Alright, people, we gotta get out of here.
Yes, sir.
But, just didn't finish all these nuggies there, dog.
I couldn't get through it, eh?
Nice. I like the restraint.
The drive home will be glorious.
Thank you, MacDowells. And we'll see you again on the next one. Signing off, Robin Triz. Ciao.
Each ass.